Good evening, there, Ms. Hymes. We are live now. Um, First of all, I want to say good evening to everyone out there, and welcome to a special segment of the Let's Talk show on UrbanCast. I'm your host, Jack, and tonight we're joined with a special guest, Ms. Hymes, the aunt of Kamarjae Harrison, a young boy, 11 years old, who has recently gone missing. Actually went missing on Thursday of last week. Miss Himes, our thoughts and prayers are certainly with your family
Thank
during what I can only imagine being a very difficult time. Um, and we hope this platform can help in some way to get Kamar J back home. We encourage all our viewers out there to participate tonight by sharing this live. Share this live like the way you guys share it other times when we are live, on scenes and different things of that nature. This baby has been away from home since Thursday of last week. So again, I'm gonna ask everybody to make sure that y'all share this live. Um, I also want to recommend. I always say this, and we put a plan in place to say, if you ain't registered to vote, get out there and go register to vote, because every voice matters. Miss Harrison, I realize you are in the hospital right now, and different things of that nature. And but you definitely wanted to talk about trying to help get Kamarje back home as soon as possible. And again, we know this got to be difficult. So if it's anything that gets too touching or anything like that, we'll move right on. But we definitely want to hear from you this evening. Could you please introduce yourself and share a little bit, about your relationship with Kamarje?
Yes. He's 11 years old. I took him in like last year from my mom,
Mm-hmm.
um, and got him in school. He a good kid, but he just like everything his way. Um, and he don't expect any consequences behind his actions. So I have to teach him that whatever you do in life, you have consequences and repercussions behind it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where it was with him. And we were getting ready to go to Strengthening Families with Dr. Fox on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
And he had asked to go outside, and I told him no.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at that time, he got mad and he went in the room apparently and packed his clothes and throw the clothes out the window and went out my back door. So when I come back up from down the hall, I noticed my back door was unlocked.
Mm-hmm.
So I stopped in his room, but it wasn't no Kamarjae. So
Mm-hmm.
we searched and looked and no Kamarjae. So that's when I right then called the police. I want to say it was approximately 3:30, 3:45, no later.
Right after school, almost.
Right.
Yes,
Well,
ma'am.
he get home before everybody else because he goes to raps.
Mm-hmm.
So he get home about 2. But he
Right.
wanted to go to the basketball court and I told him no, that he need to get himself together for group.
Mm-hmm.
Um so at that time he got mad and like I say he left. We rode around, my kids walked around looking for him, but no Kamar J. So upon that we now some people say he went through the trail, and some say they didn't see nobody go through the trail.
Mm-hmm.
So it's unfortunately that I don't know if he really did or what, but I know the second day, which was Friday, about 12 carloads of police came to Cars Park and went to the houses that was empty,
Mm-hmm.
um, to see if he was in there. Wasn't He wasn't in neither house. Um, Nothing was found of his belongings. And I don't know where he could be. I'm trying to think positive and not negative, but it's hard.
I can only imagine. Tell us a little bit about Kamarjae, what he liked doing, and different things of that nature. Miss Hymes, are you there? If you guys could just bear with us a little bit, we're speaking with the aunt of Kamarjae Harrison, who went missing last Thursday. His aunt was just telling us a little bit about the actions that had led up to Kamarjae um, leaving. And so hopefully she'll come back in. I do know she's in. Okay, I think. Um, so hopefully she'll be back in. But Derek, yeah, she's coming back in, guys. If y'all can just bear with us one second. Here, let me bring her back on the stage. All right. I'm sorry, Miss Himes. Go ahead. Like we losing. We look like we just lost her again, guys. When we're working with new technology and newer things here, sometimes we run into issues. But there again, if you are listening to us tonight, if y'all could do us one big favor, and this is please share that post. The other thing I'd like to say, no matter where you see this post at, if it's on the other media organizations here in the community, share them all. Make sure that the idea that this 11-year-old child is missing, and the best thing we can do is to try to help it go viral. So that means if you shared it one time, just try every single day until he comes back home. Share every major news outlet feed about this missing child as often as you possibly can, at least once a day, so that we can help spread the word. I can definitely tell you other media outlets far away from here are actually sharing the idea that the child is missing. And so we need you guys here at home to do the same thing. So if y'all are listening to this right now, the best thing y'all could do right now is to share. Again, we're waiting for Ms. Himes to chime back in. I do know that tons of people that's in Kamarjae's life. They reached out to us this morning, you know, to actually let us know that he was actually missing. The information regarding his missing, APD released the information this morning. Um, okay, Miss Himes, let's try it again. I think we were at that point, Miss Himes. I was getting ready to ask you a question. What are some of the things that Kamarjae like doing?
He loved playing football. He loved playing sports.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he also liked playing the game,
Mm-hmm.
the Xbox. He's a game fanatic.
Game fanatic,
Uh,
all of them.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Right.
But
Right.
one main thing I want them to know, wherever he may be,
Yes, ma'am.
and this is my biggest fear for him. Please do not give him marijuana. He has a habit of smoking. And that's another reason why he left. We was in process of putting him somewhere because he need help. So please, I'm begging y'all. This is somebody's child. This is somebody's grandchild. This is somebody's nephew. Please do not give him drugs of no kind. I'm He's been getting it out there in Cars Park. We working on getting the people that was giving it to him. I'm not feeling no pity for them. I will not feel pity for y'all. If I find out y'all gave him some, something happened to him, you will face charges. And whoever is upholding him at your residence, you will face charges. Charges will be filed because he's 11 years old. I would not do this to nobody. If your child comes to me running away from home, I'm going to make them go home. I'm going to make them show me where you stay because I know you could not sleep. I cannot sleep. That's why I'm in the hospital now. So, y'all, please, I'm begging y'all. This is like my son. Please bring him home in one piece.
Right. You kind of walked us through that what happened when he left. From for all practical purpose, how has the community? I know today, just looking out on media and seeing the shares out there, looking at the organizations. I know you mentioned he liked football, and I saw Sinlaw City Stars had shared the post, and so Coach
Yeah,
Bachman.
that's his football team.
Hmm. Yeah, and they really did an excellent job at helping to get the word out there today as well. Is it anything else that the community could do to help outside of spreading this? What is it? Anything that the community or authorities could do to help it make it a little easier for you guys?
Um, just help look for him. Keep us lifted up in prayer,
Hmm.
and like the old folks say, wish for the best. No, how I go?
I think we got you. We understand.
Yeah.
um,
But I just want my baby home. So if they could just support me, I'm not from Alexandria, but I live here. So it's
uh-huh.
a lot of places that I don't know. So if it's some place that they think he may be, if
Mhm.
they don't mind riding around looking for him, um, I really would appreciate it because I mean I didn't look everywhere I can think that he would be, and I've come up empty-handed.
Empty-handed. Let me ask you this. From a public standpoint, I know you said that Alexandria Police Department, um, definitely did a deep search on Friday, and I know it wasn't until this morning that an official notice went out.
Right.
Do you have any comments about that? Because that's really highly irregular.
I do have a problem with that, but he's never left and stayed gone this long. So maybe that's why they waited because
Mm,
it's not his first time running away, but he's always come back within like 24 hours. So I guess that's why they waited to see was he, because I'll call in once he come home and I let them know that I got him back. But
mhm.
since he haven't came, and they text me this morning, actually the detective texted me about, I want to say about 7:30 or something like that, asking me had he made it back home, and I told him no. And at that time, that's when he told me that it'll be posted on the news, um, of him missing.
We actually have multiple young people that are missing right now, and one of the things that's I know we over here in media, you know, run kind of have a big issue with, and that is us having to go out and fetch updates, and that's kind of highly irregular. None of the other agencies, and I'm not going to say APD because APD did it up until about 2 years ago. They
Right.
communicated exceptionally well with media. They made sure media was updated. But here, within the last 2 years, the communications have gone. I would like to take this time to say to any parents that are listening to us right now, if you ever have a situation where your child is missing, I would definitely encourage you immediately to do exactly what Ms. Hymes did, and that was to reach out to your local law enforcement agency and make a report as soon as possible. I would also encourage you, extreme after you've done that and provided law enforcement all of the needed and pertinent information to reach out to each and every media outlet out here that will take your call and talk to you and get the information on the wire as soon as you possibly can. I do know that with adults, there is some time limits, but with a child, and even with adults with the time limits, you still can take the matter into your own hand. If you guys are listening to me, I really would encourage you to do it. Don't expect anybody to do what you need to do. Most of us out here in the media space will attempt to confirm with law enforcement, and most law enforcement, I would say 98% of them, will confirm with media when we call them and say, "Hey, is this person missing?" That's the only thing we're have they been reported missing, and 98% of the law enforcement agencies probably will give you that information, if not 99% of them. Unfortunately, Alexandria Police Department isn't allowed. And notice how I said it. They aren't allowed to give that information out at this time, which is highly unusual. Um, but they take their orders from downtown, and so they have to do what they tell them. Miss Harrison, I know you say you're in the hospital. How the rest of the family been coping with this issue?
We all are aggravated, stressed, especially his little brother, which is 7.
Mm,
Um, it's just a day by day situation right now. Um, I lost my son 2 years ago to gun violence out there in Sycamore.
mhm.
So everybody is on edge because we don't want to go through that again. My girls take him as to be their little brother. So for him to be gone this long, I mean, my baby girl, she cry every day
Mhm.
since he been gone. It's it's aggravating. I mean, it's this something that I don't wish on my worst enemy.
Um, I don't want to hold you up too much, but is there anything else that Miss Harris, Miss Hymes, that you would like to say to our audience before we get ready to get out of here?
Only thing I want to say is the system, and I don't want nobody to take this personally. It's just how I feel. I turn to the system for help, but unfortunately, I don't feel that the system helped me. That's why we have the situation that we have. Um, they want him to be another statistic of the system, and I was refusing to let that be. Um, so, but he don't understand it now. But hopefully, in the long run, he'll understand where I was coming from. Um, so I just ask y'all to just keep us in prayer. If you can find somebody outside the system to help you, please do. The system is not like it was back in the day. Um, it's more about money to them than it is helping a single parent. And us women, we only could teach a man so much. But for those that are out there and you have somebody in your son life that can lead him down the right path, please allow it. Um, but don't depend on the system because that's what I did, and that's the situation that I'm in now. That's why my nephew is away from my house. Um, but y'all just pray for us, and we gonna put it in God's hands that He bring him back home safe and sound in one piece. Um, and I'll be well.
Miss, again, for those of you guys who are still listening, or if you new folks that have come in, if you guys could do us one big favor and um, share this post, share
Yes.
um, this post, and then share this post again. Make sure you share any of the news outlets. information pertaining to this 11-year-old child to help him come. Miss, before, and it was another thing you had mentioned possibility he may be in Shreveport when we talked.
Yes.
Okay, all right. That's a possibility.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Well, Miss Hymes, I know you're in the hospital, and again, we appreciate you coming in to shed a little light on the story with us, and we 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 want to just keep the hope for Kamarjae's safe return to home. To all of our viewers out there, your support means the world to this family. So please continue to share this story. Like I say, not only Urban Cast feed of this story, but each and every major outlet feed that you possibly can to help bring this child home. We also wanted to say a special thanks to our advertisers, Math Makes Sense, National Auto and Tire, Sadler's Towing, and Long's Products for their continued support of us to help get information like this out to the general public. Um, to everybody, together we can make a difference. So stay safe and stay informed. And remember to go vote in November. And I also wish y'all a safe evening this evening. Good night. You
Good
can just
night.
if you could just hang in there with me this time,
Okay.
I'll be right back.